Preparing to stream. All right, there we go. We are now live on YouTube. All right. Yep, we got that done. So let's go back over to our Zoom. All right, we are now live on YouTube. Make sure that everybody in. Let's go ahead and get started. And I'll go ahead and do my recording. Let me y'all give me a second. Let me turn on the first of all, let me do my recording first. Record to cloud. All right, good morning, everybody. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers and the National Dispatchers Network and Assurance USA. Today is Saturday, so it is a Six Figures Booking Freight from Home show. Today, we're going to be doing some recaps. We're going to be recapping some things that we added this week. We're going to be recapping some of the core products that we added. Like for instance, the legal protection plan through ORDP. We made a switch from Legal Shield over to ORDP, or we're going to be making that switch here very soon. We'll have that stuff up on our website at the yourindustrypartner.com here very soon. We have some kinks that we need to work out, make some proposals, and see if we can bring some things together. And today we're going to talk about that. Today also, we're going to talk about the importance of business credit for the trucking industry. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We talked to you all extensively about it last week. This week, we're going to go over some of the fine points of that and why truckers, brokers, dispatchers, shippers, third-party logistics firms, everybody who is in the industry, why they need business credit. Now, I want everybody to be mindful of your background noise. Somebody's got some stuff going on in the kitchen there. We can hear all that, so kind of be mindful of that. You might want to mute your mic while you're, banging around in your kitchen or whatever you're banging around in there. We can hear all that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are broadcasting live on YouTube. I want to thank everybody for that. We are not on Facebook because I can't get on Facebook. I'm in Facebook jail. I share too much. So I'm confessing that I'm guilty of sharing way too much business stuff on Facebook. So Facebook has put me in confinement for 30 days. I've got about 16 days left on my sentence. So for those of you who've been trying to reach me via Facebook, I apologize, but I can't respond to you. I can see your posts. I can see your requests. I can see your messages, but I just can't respond back. So y'all just kind of hold on for another 16 days, and I'll be back on Facebook. All right. I want to welcome all the members of the National Dispatchers Network and Assurance USA. Thank you all for joining us again on this Saturday of the Six Figures Booking Freight from Home show. And I want to thank all of our YouTube people who are joining us too. Let's go ahead and start sharing my screen. And we're going to jump right into today's broadcast. As I mentioned before, okay, let's go over to where are we at here. There we go. All right, let's go over. All right, as I mentioned before, today we're going over a couple of things. We're going over some of the core products that we've added to our Assurance USA. We're also going to be going over why it's important for the industry to have good business credit, and everybody who is within the industry, from the truckers to the dispatchers to just about any and everyone within the industry needs good business credit. Now I say business credit. I didn't say personal credit, and I said business credit for a reason, because business credit is what you actually need in order to get the most out of your lending power. Okay, so let's make sure everybody understands that, because a lot of people really don't understand that. They think that, well, because I got perfect, personal credit, I can get as much money as I want. Well, you can't. I don't care if you got an 850, which is as high as you can get. If you got an 850 score and you're making $200,000 a year, you're not going to be able to get as much money on loans for business wise than you would be if you had business credit and you only had a 650 mid score, but on your personal credit. But if you've got a 97 or a 92 or a 98 on your Paydex for your Dun and Bradstreet, and you've got everything set up properly with your business, you can get 10 times more money, approved. Now, if you don't believe that, check it, Google it, check with the experts. We have an expert here who is Mr. Bernard Kajum. He's one of our experts, and that's who we have our business credit platform through his company, or the company that he represents. So, look, business credit is very essential to any business, not just the trucking industry, but especially if you are in the trucking industry. You need to have everything set up the way it needs to be set up for your business to get approved for these business loans. Okay, your personal credit is not going to do it for you, and to be honest with you, you never want your personal credit tied to your business dealings. Okay, you never want that, because if something goes awry, something goes wrong, you're going through some hardships and things start going downhill, then they're going to come after you personally if you're using your personal credit. And along with that, they can attack everything that you own personally, from your cars to your homes to your bank accounts to just whatever you have. So you never want your personal credit tied directly to your business dealings. You always want to have your business credit, your business EIN number, that type of stuff. Your articles of incorporation. You want to have that stuff tied to your business dealings. You do not want to have your business credit and your personal credit intertwined when doing business. Okay, and I hope everybody understand that. And we're going to dig into that a little bit today. We're also going to dig into the importance of having legal protection. Okay, we are switching over to a legal protection plan offered by ORDP, which is this company right here. This is ORDP, and this is who we're switching over to. We were trying to set something up with Legal Shield, but their multi-level marketing business model is not right for us. Okay, I've never been a big fan of multi-level marketing, and through our attempt to do business with Legal Shield confirmed my reasons for not being a fan of multi-level marketing. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But we are gonna go over to a more traditional type of business, which is ORDP. That were very good CDL legal protection plan, and it's geared primarily for CDL drivers. So it's more customized for the CDL drivers. Now we received a referral agreement from them, but I really don't want us to go into a referral type of situation with them, because with the referral agreement, they don't really pay that much. I really want to go into some form of limited branding partner. Okay, and I've got a plan that I can present to the owner of ORDP, Mr. Brian Shannon. He is the actual owner. I looked him up. I've been having conversations with him, and he is the owner of the company. So it's his product. So with that being said, I'm going to make him a counter offer for a limited brand partnership. Okay. Now that term may be new to some people, and we're gonna talk about that and our proposal, because I want to get you all's perspective on the proposal that I am putting together to submit to them for a counter agreement offer. Also, we have some commissions to pay out. Mr. Victor Agard has earned his first residual commission, and we're going to be sending that out to him this weekend. We're going to be getting his address. We're going to be sending him a well, he's going to be sending us. We're going to be paying him through Square on this first one until we can get his direct deposit set up. I think we can set it up through authorized.net because that's where our money comes in through them. I think we can set out a payout to Mr. Agard right from authorized.net. So we're going to be looking at that to get him his money, so he'll be able to get that every single month on time, in time, just the way he's supposed to. So congratulations to Mr. Victor Agard. He's starting to send some people over. He's also got some people sent over on the business credit side, I think. Right, Mr. Agard?
On the TAF.
On the what now?
On the TAF.
Okay, on the TAFs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have actually one on the day yesterday, but he sent me his information after they would have been closed. So I guess Monday I'm gonna have to send it in and get them in contact with him.
What is is that for a loan or factoring?
He's gonna probably look into factoring the fuel card, either purchasing or leasing the tractor trailer.
Great. Now on the leasing the tractor and trailer, you might want to send his information over to Mr. Kajum over at the business credit company also too, because because TAF is great for if you're already with them. Okay. Let's kind of go over that a little bit. Matter of fact, let me go to our and show you all what we're talking about when we talk about TAF. TAF is great. Where we at here? Okay, your industry partner. Yourindustrypartner.com. There we go. Hold on. Let me get the right here.
Probably send me Mr. Kajun's info, and we'll.
No, yeah. Right now, send it to me, and then I have to forward it to him. We're still waiting to get our affiliate links set up with our branding link. We're waiting to get that set up with his company. So right now, you just send it over, and then I will forward it.
Calvin.
Yeah, you can send it. Yeah, you can send it to Calvin.Butler at nocheapfreight.com.
Okay.
Remember to put that dot in there, because somebody was sending me some stuff and they were swearing that I was just ignoring them, but come to find out they forgot to put the dot in between Calvin and Butler. So make sure you all are sending your stuff to Calvin.Butler at nocheapfreight.com, or you can send it to info@nocheapfreight.com. Okay, but as I was saying, with TAFs, if you notice here, if we go down here to the products and services, let's go to admit person in. On TAFs, if we're going down here and we're looking at the truck leasing and financing and stuff like that, when you go over to the TAFs, I mean, they're great, but they're more geared to getting the loan for those people who are already doing factoring with them. Okay, if you're not doing factoring with them, then they're going to go directly to the process of just trying to get you qualified. Now, here's some things you got to know. If TAF sends your stuff over to their lenders and their lender disqualifies you, that's kind of the end of it. Going through TAF. Okay, if they come back and say, well, yeah, you qualify for a $2,500 loan, but you might be trying to get a $25,000 loan or a $250,000 loan, and they come back and say, well, you qualify for a $25,000 or a $2,500 loan, or you don't really qualify, then that's the end of it. Okay. On the business credit side, here's what they do, and it's a big difference. What they're going to do is they're going to evaluate your funding worthiness. They're going to evaluate your business credit worthiness to see if you're even worthy business wise to get approved for a business loan. And what I mean by that is this: a lot of people will go and they'll get their business set up, and they're not setting their businesses up properly. They will set their business up, and they may have a bank account, and the name is not quite exactly the same on the bank account as it is that on their, articles of incorporation, or it's not quite the same as it is in their Google listing, or it's not quite the same as their name on, the authorized.net or their Square or their business cards or whatever the case may be. Okay, everything has to line up exactly for a business lender to approve you for the max amount that they can get you approved for. Everything has to be exactly the same. If your name on your business account is Calvin O. Butler as the owner, but you have Calvin Butler and not the O, yeah, I know that sounds kind of petty, but these things matter. They really do. And a lot of people are not aware of that. If your address on your business is your home address, that's not gonna work. Okay? They're gonna cross and check these things. They're gonna check to see, is that a residential address or is that a dedicated business address? And if that's your residential address, guess what? They're probably not gonna approve you, or you're not gonna get anywhere near the amount of money you was trying to get. All right. So those things all have to check out, and they have to be the same across the board. So if you have a business address on your articles of incorporation, but you have your home address on your business account with your bank, guess what? Those two don't match up. They don't match up. If the name on your articles of incorporation is Assurance USA Inc., and the name on your bank account is the Assurance USA Corporation, that doesn't match up. It doesn't match up. It has to match up. Same thing with the EIN number. Everything has to be in line. Everything has to be uniform. Has to conform to the same layout and the same structure in order to be able to qualify for the most amount of money you can qualify for when it comes to business credit. And let's make one thing perfectly clear: if you've got perfect personal credit, and about the most you're going to be able to get, even if you got an 850 score and you're making $200,000+ a year, if your business credit has a Dun & Bradstreet Paydex of 92 or 93 or 98 or whatever the case may be, or the best you can get is 100, right? That's the equivalent of you having like an 800 mid score on your personal credit. But here's the difference: on business credit, you qualify for 10 times more money than you do on your personal credit. So on personal credit, you may be able to qualify for a $25,000 loan, but on your business credit, you qualify for a $250,000 loan. That's a big difference, right? You can make a lot more headway with $250,000 than you can with $25,000. Or you make a lot more headway with $25,000 than you do with $2,500. Y'all see the difference there? So you want to make sure that everything that you have is in line to get you the most funding you can get when it comes to your business credit. And that's what the business credit does for you. The company that we're going through that does the business credit, that's what they do for you. They, first of all, they evaluate your profile, your business profile, and they make sure that everything is lined up properly, because they don't want to submit something if everything is not lined up properly. They're going to work with you to make sure everything is lined up properly. Once they got everything lined up properly, then they'll submit it. Now, if you come to them and you say to them, well, I've got everything lined up properly, and you may have everything lined up properly, but maybe it's something that needs to be tweaked. And you may say, well, I just want to go ahead and submit it for the loan. They'll do that, right? But when it comes back and it says that, well, you're not qualified, or well, you're only getting qualified for, this small amount right here, the process does not end there. That's just the beginning of the process with them. Unlike with TAF, when that decision comes back, that's it. They can't go any further with it. That's it. They've got a decision. That's the decision, and that's what's going to stand. If you don't like it, then you go somewhere else. All right. Not saying anything bad about Taz, because Taz is a great company, but it's just that's not how they do. That's not how their business is structured. They're not structured to correct the things that need to be corrected in order to get you the max approval that you can get. Okay? The business credit is structured that way to get you the max approval that you can get. So if you go and you submit for a loan and you don't get approved for it, or you get approved for a smaller amount than what you were expecting or what you needed, then they go to work on working with you. So, okay, here's what you got, and here's the reason why you got it. Here's why you didn't get approved, and here's what we can do to change that. And then they go in and say, all right, here's what you need to do. You need to go and get an address that's not a residential address. You can do it through a virtual office. You can do it through a small, get your office space. You can do it through some of these. The post office now have these places, if you go through them, where you can get an address at a business complex, but it's just receiving your mail. And that qualifies as separate from your residential, because it is an actual address. It's not a P.O. box. It's an actual address where you're just receiving your mail. And you just basically, you got a mailbox there, but it is an actual business address. Okay. So there are a whole slew of options that can help you with that. And they'll go over that with you. They'll go over those options. And here's what's available. Here's the estimated cost on this, and you choose the one you want to, that you can afford or that fits for you and your business. They also work on getting your paydex score up. If you don't have a paydex score, they say, well, the reason why you didn't get this because you did not have a paydex score. Your paydex score was not at a certain level. So then they go into showing you how you can get your paydex score up, and they help you to raise that paydex score along with some other stuff that they're doing, so they can get you to the amount of money you need to get, or even more. So you see, there's a big difference between just submitting your application to a company that's just submitting you for a loan, and submitting your information to a company that's going to help you to build, construct, repair, and improve your business credit profile. That's the difference. Huge difference there. Okay. Even though they both kind of say they do the same thing, but they don't really. All right. So you all have to be mindful of that when it comes to business credit. Now, the question is, can anybody give me some instances of where good business credit would come into play with the trucking industry? Let's get some participation here. How does business credit affect you in the trucking industry? Let's deal with the obvious first. Truck drivers and would-be owner operators. How does business credit affect them? Anybody?
It allows them to grow their business.
Exactly. I mean, that's the nail right there on the head right there. It allows them to grow their business. Everybody who comes into trucking, the reason why you become an owner operator because you wanting to grow. You're growing from being a company driver or a lease driver to being an owner operator. And in order to be an owner operator, what do you got to have? Anybody?
Money.
Capital.
Well, capital, but I'm talking about more directly, more tangible. You got to have a what?
Credit.
Yeah, but what do you have to have other than credit? You got to have a what? I mean, what are you going to get with the credit?
Or you're going to get more vehicles, more equipment.
You got to have a truck.
Yep.
You can't be an owner operator without a truck. Okay, you got to have a truck. You have to own a truck. You got to at least lease a truck. You got to have ownership of a truck to be an owner operator. And trucks are expensive, are they not?
Yes, they are.
They are expensive. A used truck can run a decent used truck can run you $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. Okay. But if you're really trying to grow your business, you don't want to risk your business on buying used equipment, a lot of times. I mean, if you can get your business credit right, guess what? You don't need to depend on used equipment, you can get qualified for a $250,000 revolving line of credit if you got the proper business credit. I mean, your personal credit could be shot all to hell, right? But if your business credit is decent, with that payday score above 90 to 92, guess what? And if you got everything else in line, your revenue, you're showing your revenue, you may have some contingent contracts lined up with shippers and things like that. You bring all that stuff to the table and you submit all that stuff. Guess what? You walk in there and they say, okay, well, Mr. So-and-so and so, Miss So-and-so and so, you qualify for a $250,000 revolving line of credit. Is that not growth potential right there? You realize what you can do with 250 G's of revolving line of credit on a business credit card, on a business card, or through a loan, or whatever the case may be? You can get you can pretty much get yourself 2 brand new trucks, or get 1 brand new truck, run it, use some of that money to what? To offset your fuel or some of your expenses or whatever the case may be. Maintenance. Or I mean, if you got a brand new truck, then you got to worry about maintenance. So that's another thing about having a brand new truck versus buying a used truck. But if you did want to save yourself some money, you got yourself $250,000 line of credit, right? You spend $60,000, $70,000 of it on a used truck, right? And then you take another $30,000 of it to pay your maintenance for that year, just to kind of budget yourself on a maintenance plan, right? And now you got your truck, you spent $60,000, you got $30,000, you got on reserve there just for your maintenance thing. You can set aside some stuff to offset some of your fuel expenses and things like that, and still have probably more than $100,000 left over. $100 to $125,000 line of available credit still left on your, revolving line of credit. This is called being a business owner, because that's what you are when you're in the trucking industry. When you become an owner operator, you become a business owner. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't treat it like that. They don't treat it as if it's a business. They just treat it as if, okay, well, I want to be an owner operator because I want to make more money. Okay, that's all good, but at the same time, you have to realize that this is a business. Okay? They just treat it as if, okay, well, somebody got me on on an open mic, and I'm hearing myself talk. So please mute your mic or turn off one of your devices or something like that. Okay, because you probably got 2 devices open, and they both got the mics open, and we're getting that loop back. So let's try not to have that. All right, but that's the importance of business credit for those who want to become, owner operators. Don't ever try to go buy a truck on your personal credit, because that's why you get these high rates. That's why you have these guys paying $900 a week for a truck. That's why. Okay, because they went in, everything is based on their personal credit or whatever the case may be, and they're coming out with $700, $900 a week for a truck payment. You can't make no money like that. Not in this market. Okay, I mean, you just can't. You probably could have did it back in the 80s, when rates were sky high or something like that, 70s and 80s, and maybe the early 90s. But you can't make money like that in this market with a $700 a week, not to a $900 a week truck payment. Okay, I mean, you're just running in place. You're hustling backwards, and you don't want to do that. Okay, you want to go ahead and get your business credit right. Go ahead and get you enough money to make some moves and have you a low enough monthly payment. I'm talking about a monthly payment, around $600, $700, $800, per month at the most. Even if you had a monthly payment of $1,100 per month, that's still a whole lot better than $700 a week. You can make serious money with a truck payment of $1,100 to $1,200 per month versus a truck payment of $700 per week. Okay, that's almost like $2,800 a month, right? 7 and 7 is 14. That's 2 weeks right there. Add another 14 to it. What's that? That's 2,800, man. You can't make no money like that. All right. So realize the importance of business credit in the trucking industry. Now, not just truck drivers and owner operators, but business credit, it also affects what? Brokers, right? Right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Shippers don't want to work with if you got a bad payday score, if you don't have a Dun and Bradstreet payday score at all. That's why a lot of brokers go out of business their first year. They fail to recognize the importance of business credit. They fail to recognize the importance of getting their business credit straight before they jump into that brokerage firm, before they jump into being their own brokers and all that type of stuff. They don't spend all this money on bonds, anywhere from $2,000 down to $10,000 down just to get the bond. They're paying anywhere from $800 to $1,000 a quarter on their quarterly bond payment. They put somewhere between $3,000 and $3,600 to $3,800 down on their insurance, because they got to have at least $850,000 up to $1.2 million worth of insurance. The monthly payments on the insurance is somewhere between $350 a month and $380 to $390 a month, 9 months out of the year. It costs money to become a broker. It really does. You're selling out money left and right. And to be selling out that kind of money, to go to a shipper, and the shipper says, send me your broker packet, and you send it over to them, and you don't even have a Dun and Bradstreet payday score in there. That's why when the shipper sends it right back to you, said, at this time, we are not going to be able to work with you. And a lot of brokers wonder, what's going on? What's going on? Because they fail to realize the importance of business credit. The average shipper wants to see a broker that has a 92 payday score. 100 is the best you can get. How do I know this? Because when I became a broker, I failed to realize that. Okay? And I was wondering, why are we not, we got all this good stuff. Why can't we get any shippers to work with us? And then come to find out, we needed a payday score that was at least 92. So guess what? We started to work on that. We got it. And all of a sudden, shippers started working with us left and right. Okay? Now, if you got money, you can probably get a shipper to still work with you, but they're going to want you to prepay for about 20% of the freight that they're going to give you ownership of. And look, the smallest shipper I know, just a little small lumber yard, has $1 million worth of freight. So if they're going to give you, ownership of that $1 million worth of freight, they're going to want you to they're going to want you to put up 20%. That's $200K. How many brokers you know? How many independent brokers do you all know that's got $200K just laying around that they can come up off of? Right? Not very many. And see, and that's the problem with everybody jumping into the industry. I want to be a broker. 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 I want to take this broker course. I want to take this broker course. I want to take this broker course. Well, these broker trainers and courses, they're glad to take your money. They ain't gonna tell you that after I get you $2,000, $3,000, and $4,000 for you to attend my broker's boot camp, that you're not gonna be able to book in the freight because you don't have a Dun and Bradstreet payday score of at least 92, or you don't have 180 to 200K laying around somewhere to prepay for your freight. They're not gonna bring it up to you in all of the boot camp or the class, whatever they give you. I bet that never even comes up. It never comes up. Some of you have taken some of those courses, and that never came up. I guarantee it never came up. Because then that would frighten you and scare you off. But if you knew what it took, and if you knew how to get this stuff, then it wouldn't be a problem. If you knew how to get your payday score up, it wouldn't be a problem. Right? If you knew how to get a Dun and Bradstreet number, that wouldn't be a problem, right? Then you could go and qualify for extra funding, if you need it. Because look, Having money and not using money is better than needing money and not having money. Do y'all agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's always the case. That's always the case. So it would be better to go ahead and get your business credit established, get your Dun and Bradstreet payday score established, go ahead and get your Dun and Bradstreet number established, get all your business stuff in line with the same name on everything, your company name, your personal name, on your bank account, on your EIN number, on your articles of incorporation. Everything is uniform. Have a business address separate from your personal address, and get all that stuff done and right, so you can go ahead and apply for what? A business loan. Get yourself a business loan, 125, 225, maybe even three, even as high as $500,000. If you're showing the right type of revenue, it's coming into your bank, right? So you get that money and just let it sit there. You ain't got to use it. You can just let it sit in your reserves. You can take that money and let it sit in your reserves, and then when you go to apply for stuff or you go to get stuff, they look at your what? Your revenue, or they look at your account, and they say, whoa, it's got a couple $100,000 in their account. Okay, yeah, we're going to give him approval for these 3 trucks that he's trying to get. No problem. But we're going to approve you for this, this broker for, these $12 million in loads you're trying to get ownership of. We'll send you all the loads you want because you're credit worthy. But if you're not credit worthy, these brokers, these shippers, they're not going to work with you as a broker. They're just not. A lot of you all out there who are brokers, y'all know what I'm talking about. You've been brokering now for 6, 7, 8 months and ain't got a shipper to sign on with you yet, because you don't have the proper credentials. You don't have everything up to the way you need to have it up to in order to get those brokers to get those shippers to take a serious look at you. Business credit is essential in the industry, even down to the dispatch firm. Dispatch firms can benefit from business credit. Can they not? Can you not benefit from business credit?
Yes, you can.
Yes, okay.
Everybody needs to have funding in reserve somewhere to back them up. Okay, we're submitting our information to Mr. Kajun, and we're getting everything situated. A few of you have sent your information over, and we've sent it over. Miss Rothenbottom, Mr. Agard, and some other people, they sent their stuff over. We sent it over to them already, and we're sending our information over. Okay, because we want to be able to match what we have in our account in what we have in our operating budget. We want to be able to go in and get business loans that's going to match or double that. You see the advantage that you can have when you got good business credit, or when you've established that business credit. And people, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. The show we did last week, we laid it out to you step by step exactly what they do, how it can be done. You all can go look it up. It's on YouTube right now, and you can go look it up. Okay, Mr. Kajun did a wonderful job of laying everything out. And I have to commend him on that. He did a wonderful job on laying everything out and establishing why business credit is important to the industry. At every aspect of the industry, I don't care where you are in the industry, you need that Dun & Bradstreet number. You need that Dun & Bradstreet payday score to be high, around 90 or above. You need business credit. Make no mistake about it. All you guys out there that are trying to buy trucks, you need business credit. And guess what? We're going to be able to offer to you. Starting next week, I'm signing the agreement with Mr. Kajun's company this weekend. He's already sent it over to me. We're signing it, and we're putting all of this stuff in our website under Assurance USA Financial. It's going to be under this heading here, and it's going to allow you all to be able to come to our site and be able to submit your information, and we'll get it over to Mr. Kajum and his company, and one of their reps will contact you and get you all started on your way to get in the business credit you need so you can get the trucks, the trailers, whatever you need to expand your trucking company. Brokers, same thing. You all be able to come in, submit it. You can get the business credit you need in order to be able to secure these high dollar freight shippers and multi-million dollar freight contracts and shipping contracts, load contracts with these shippers. Because you can't do business without it. You really can't. So make it an essential part of what you do and what you have or need to do business, okay? And because it's needed, there's no other way around it. And we have a great program in place to help you get it. Okay? So let's make that happen. All right. The other subject that we were talking about is legal protection plans, ORDP. Okay. Now, this is the company that we're going to be going with. We were trying to work something out with Legal Shield. That didn't work out because that multi-level marketing thing is not right for us. Okay. You all know I've never been a fan of multi-level marketing. I've made that very clear ever since we started what we were doing. And I've always said that multi-level marketing is just not right for this industry. Be honest with you, I don't think multi-level marketing is right for any for any industry, and that's just my opinion. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am, because I've looked at a lot of multi-level marketing platforms, and I haven't found one yet that focuses on the product instead of just getting people signed up to promote the product. Okay, and every last one of them has some type of thing that they want you to pay in order to become an associate or whatever the case may be. But even after you do that, their focus is not on the product. Their focus is on you getting more and more people to sign up for the platform. That's a pyramid scheme, no matter how you look at it. Okay, no matter how you justify it, it's still a pyramid scheme. That's what it is. Okay, if your focus is not making money from the product, or if you're telling people where you have the product, but you can't really promote it. You can't put it on your website. You can't post it on your social media pages. You can't do this. You can't do that. Then what's the point of having a product? What's the point of having a great product if you can't freely promote it? That makes no sense whatsoever. Right? That makes no sense whatsoever. And if you're steady preaching, get more people signed up to be your associates, get more people signed up to be your downline, versus get more people to buy the product, then there's the inherent problem with multi-level marketing. Okay, that's the problem with multi-level marketing. It's not really product driven. It's not. Okay, so we had a very, very big difference of opinion on how we were to promote this and how we were to make this, because we're in this to bring this to the trucking industry and get it to a lot of truck drivers. We're not trying to sign truck drivers up to sell legal sell legal protection plan. We're trying to sign truck drivers up to get protected by the legal protection plan. and what they wanted was completely contrary to what we wanted. So it just was not a good fit. This company, however, is more of a traditional type of structure. They have a great product for truck drivers. Their product is primarily geared toward CDL license holders. So this is more in line with what we had in mind. Okay, this is way more in line with what we had in mind. And they are not going to require us to go to some type of certification because we're in the trucking industry. We are in the trucking industry. We deal with owner-operators and trucking companies all the time. We know the effects of CSA schools. We know what the effects of your safety rating has on your company and on that driver. We know that if you get some type of infraction out there on the road from DOT, that's going to stay on the driver's CDL for 3 years. You're going to stay with that company for 2 years. We know this stuff. We know that if you get more than 3, then you're done as a CDL driver. I mean, you just lost your CDL. And that company is done as far as getting shippers to load their trucks. So we know the people we need to speak to directly. We know the importance of having this protection, and we know how to get it across to them and how to sell it. Okay? So this is why I think this company is a lot more in line with what we had in mind. Now, we do have some hurdles because they sent us a referral agreement, but it only allows us to make $3 per month on each owner operator that we sign up. Okay. Now, that would be okay if we were just, one person. If this was just an individual thing where someone refers someone, and then if they sign up and they get the legal protection plan that's paying, I think it's $37, or $38 per month. I think that's what it is. They've got different payment options here. Hold on here. Let me show y'all what this is. How it works. Yeah, they've got different pay options here. Here's right here. It's $38.95 per month on a monthly month-to-month type basis. So if they're paying that, we will only be getting $3, that per month. That would be okay if it was just an individual referring. Okay, that wouldn't be that bad. But what are we going to do with that $3 if we've got a company and we've got all of you all going out and reaching out to these companies and getting them signed up in masses? Over time, yes, but if we gave you all $2, that still would not make a very big dent in your financial plans, right? Right?
Yes, pretty much.
That's right.
Exactly. So I am preparing, and I wanted to get you all's perspective on this. I am preparing a counter agreement to present to them. I did my research. The person I'm speaking with is the actual owner of the company, Mr. Brian Shannon. He is the owner of the company. He acquired this company some years back. So this is his product, right? So this is his product. So obviously, the company's share is a lot more than $3 per month, because it's his company. Now, I'm not sure what he's paying to the attorney networks or whatever this is and that, but I gotta believe that he is getting somewhere in the neighborhood of $20 to $30 per month of that is going to his actual profit, to his actual Now, with that being said, I'm putting together a proposal, and it lays out like this. I am proposing that we want to enter into a limited branding partner agreement. Now, a limited branding partner agreement is much different than a referral agreement. Because with limited branding partner agreement, what I'm proposing is this: we would pay them $5,000 for the branding partnership. Okay. Now, branding partnership does not give us partners or percentage or 50% of, and I'm proposing a 50% split, 50% commission. So if his take is $30, that means we would get $15, right? But this reason why it's a limited branding is because we're not getting 50% of everything that this company produces. No, we will only be getting 50% of what we bring in. That's why it is a limited brand. It's a limited branding partnership. It's not a total partnership where we come in and then we get 50% of everything that's produced in the company. No, we're only getting what? The 50% of what we bring forth, what we produce. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now to sweeten that pot, every year for us to continue that agreement, we would pay $1,000 per year at the renewal of that agreement every year. Now, what does this do for us and what does that do for his company? Well, let's take a look at it. Let's look at good old calculator. Y'all know I like my calculator. All right, let's put the calculator. Let's look at it and see what it does for us and what it does for his company. Now, if his take is $30, because he does own the product, if his take is $30, that gives us $15 per month, right? If one of you all goes out and you sign up a small trucking company that has what, 40 trucks or 50 trucks, okay? Out of that $15, you all are going to get 10 of it. We keep 5. Okay, I think that's fair. If you all are out there doing the work, you should get the majority share of that. So you all are going to get $10 of that $15 every month. So we keep 5, you all take 10, and then they take the other 15 or whatever the case may be. Now, with that being said, if you're getting $10 and you sign up a company that has 50 trucks, that's going to give you $500 a month, right? Or if you're adding, a truck here, and there, your monthly is still going up by $10 every month. And there's a good chance that when you all walk into some of these companies and you go directly to the person who's over the CSA, right, the safety manager, whatever, and you start talking to them about, what these tickets can cost them, hey, this is a great deal for them, right? So it is not very hard to walk into a company that has 40, 50, 60, even 100 trucks and get them signed up and have every driver under this plan. Not that hard at all. All right. So with that being said, if you're signing up, let's break it down to just 25. If you're doing 25 per month, and your cut is added, it's $10 that's added to their money, that's $250. By the time you hit your 10th month, if you're averaging 25, by the time you hit your 10th month, just on this product alone, you're at $2,500 a month. See, now it becomes a lot better business-wise for you all and for us than that $3 per month, right? Right?
No doubt.
Yeah, now it's actually worth going out and putting forth the airfare and everything that we're going to be doing to make sure this product, make sure that we increase the notoriety and the popularity of his product. Now, what does it do for him? What does it do for him? What we will have essentially have done, we have introduced a way for him to almost triple his revenue every year without selling any more products. Because if he offered this as an option to his referral plan, right? If he has 2 options there, one is on a referral basis, one is on a limited partnership branding basis, right? If you offer both those options, how many companies that would take a look at his product that may have not considered it because of the referral basis is just $3 per month? A lot of companies, they're shying away from it because of that, right? They're shying away from becoming a referral or a referral agent for his company because it's only $3 per month. It's not really worth their time. And can y'all see that?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
But also, you have a lot of companies out there that could afford to pay that $5,000 for that limited partnership. And they can afford to pay that $1,000 per year. So if he just got 50 companies per year to do what we are suggesting to him, if he got 50 companies per year to do that, that's $250,000 that he has generated for his company without selling one legal protection plan. Do y'all see the value that we just introduced to his options? Do y'all see that?
Yes.
On top of which, renewal would be $1,000 per year.
Is that per member of RBBS?
No. That's for the company, for RBBS as a company, because
Oh,
we want to enter into a branding partnership. You all are not. I'm entering into a partnership individually. We're entering as a company. That's why that's what's so attractive to them, because as a company, we're going to help bring them more and more business on top of increasing their revenue without them having even sold anything yet. All right. So if he's got 50 companies out there that are paying that $1,000 per year, that's another $50,000 a year on top of the $250,000 that he's already got in, that he already has in the house. Now, that's just on the agreement. Now think about the money, the increase in the plans that he's going to sell, right? So these companies, if they are paying him this kind of money, then you can bet that they're going to be out there working, signing up what? Owner operators, right? So his revenue also increases on the number of plans he is selling now. Why? Because now he has dedicated companies who know what they're doing. They're out there, they're motivated, they're committed, and they're bringing in more and more business for him. So he's not only increasing his business here, $50,000 a year plus the $250,000 that he's got in house. And if he's doing 50 companies a year like that, right? I'm sorry. If he's doing 50 companies per year like that, signing up 50 companies per year, and they're opting for that brand partnership, that's $250,000 he's adding basically just about every year. And on top of that, he's adding another $50,000. And on top of that, he's adding the money that he is increasing by the number of plans that's being generated and being written.
So for clarity, let me ask you this. Are you saying that what you're offering in your limited branding partnership is to pay a $5,000 fee to get that started or initiated?
Yep.
And us as members of RBBS will have the opportunity to go out and, vet companies that have carriers, drivers and stuff like that to offer their plan.
Yep.
At, I guess, the $38 a month for each individual driver or whatever plan that they choose.
Yep.
And in return, we'll get, half of that, pay 5 to you, and we'll keep the 10.
Yep.
But what I'm lost on is when you say it sounds like you're also selling the idea that other companies will also be limited branding partners as well, based on what you're introducing to him.
Exactly. Because now he would be able, basically, I'm showing him a way for him to increase his profit margins without selling any more plans.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
And also increase the number of plans he's selling by adding more people who are branding for him.
And so in that sense, when we go vet these companies, will we also be selling that limited branding partnership as well?
No.
Oh,
We are not in the business of selling branding partners. We are in the business of selling this plan. Okay. All we are doing is we are introducing to him a concept that maybe he has not explored yet.
Gotcha.
It's basically it's a gift on our part. Say, hey, look.
It's an innovative strategy of management.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. An innovative strategy of management. And that's basically is a gift from us. Because we want more out of the efforts that we're putting forth to sell this than $3 per month. So in order to get more, we got to give something too, right?
Right, right.
Exactly. And do we not have it within our budget to be able to do that? We do. That's the whole point of this is the whole point of having this internal budget, okay, of having this trademark, so that we can have the necessary resources and funds that we need to take advantage of great opportunities or to create great opportunities.
Okay. Okay.
And y'all see that?
Yeah.
Right. Somebody got a whole nother conversation going on in the background. I don't know who that is. Oh, Miss Carolyn Ramsey. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. You know, we're offering to show him an added strategy that he can use to not only increase his revenue that's coming into his company, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also to increase the number of plans that he's selling, thus doing what? Increasing his market share, right?
Right. I have one more question.
Yeah.
So I take it that a lot of companies at this present time don't know about this, or this isn't widely known as of yet.
What, the ORDP?
Yes.
It's modern because look, there are other ones out there.
Mhm.
There are other stuff out there, you know, that's geared towards the trucking industry. Of course, you have Legal Shield, you have U.S. You have U.S. Legal.
Mm-hmm.
You also have something called Win It. Here, I'm show y'all what I'm talking about. You got quite a few of them out here. You have something called I think it's called Win It, WINIT. I think that's what it's called, Win It. Yeah, Fight Parking. She's right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something called Win It. That's another one that's out there. Let's win your tickets, parking tickets and traffic tickets. So this is slowly becoming a very large market.
Okay.
Before there was like maybe two. There was Legal Shield and there was U.S. Legal and something called what's the other one? But there was only like maybe two or three. Now there's about 15 or 20 of these different companies out there.
Mm-hmm.
Different types of legal protection plans. This is not this one is not, but there's only maybe two or three that are specifically geared towards the trucking industry.
Gotcha.
Because CDL drivers, they face a lot more scrutiny, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot more to worry about than the average driver out there who just get a ticket, right?
Right.
Yeah, because this affects their career. Not only does it affect their career, it affects their company's safety rating.
Mm-hmm.
So the stakes are 1,000% higher. The stakes are way, way higher than just these other little apps, Win It and all this other stuff. These are all great for individuals, but what we are focusing on is what? The CDL.
Right.
Okay. And that's why we need something that is specific, that is customized for CDL drivers.
And how long do you anticipate it may be before you know something solid between you and that business owner?
We talked last week. He sent over the referral agreement. I kind of looked over it. I called him back, left him a message yesterday afternoon, let him know that that I wanted to speak with him again on some options and talk about the referral agreement. But in the meantime, I'm actually putting together an actual agreement so that I can make an official counter agreement offer. Okay, so I've got to I'm putting all the legal jargon and all that type of stuff. I'm actually putting together an actual agreement that I can submit back to him and say, hey, take a look at this. Here's my counter to the your referral agreement. And I think once I have it all together, showing him how it's going to help him to increase his revenue, and how to add another, 10 or 15 plans to his company, right? And that's what we need. So this is not just the trucking industry. This is not just the trucking industry. This is the whole industry. And that's why we need something that is specific, that is customized for CDL drivers. another revenue stream to his existing model,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even require him to sell not even one more plan, but it's going
Right.
to help increase his revenue by, if he's doing just 50 a year, which is not hard to do,
Mm-hmm.
right? $250,000 plus $1,000 on the renewal each year. Those are all things that are feasible and easily attainable. Okay,
you gonna add some M's to his budget, huh?
but that's what it's all about, though.
Right.
That's the way you work in business. You can't just go into business and just think, well, me.
Right. 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 Right.
You can't do it that way. You have to be able to go into business and offer your knowledge, offer your perspective on things to help the person across the aisle. Now, which politics almost like this, but
Right.
to
Right.
help the person across the aisle, to benefit too,
Mm-hmm.
and by helping them benefit, then they help you benefit.
Got you.
You see how you see how simple a concept that is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, but it does require you to put some thought into some things. It does require you to get outside of yourself and think about the other person.
Right.
Okay, so in thinking about his business, I'm showing him how to increase his business, how to increase his revenue, while at the same time allowing us to increase our revenue.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you always want to create a win-win for both sides. That's and when y'all think about it, that's all Assurance USA is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. We took ourselves out of the greed process and we created a win-win for everybody involved. Flat fee dispatching, it's a win for the owner operators. It's a win for the shippers and the brokers. It's a win for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our 100% owner op program. It's a win for the owner operators. It's a win for us, and it's a win for the shippers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we are. That's all Assurance USA. That's all the Assurance USA Corporation is. We're a corporation that creates win-win scenarios for everyone involved. If you want to break it down, that's all we do. Okay. So, and this doesn't say this keeps us in tune with that business model, and I think he's gonna like it. Anytime you can show someone how to make more money without increasing their sales, I mean, that's always a good thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, we just giving him another option that he can work behind the scenes to better solidify his company's standing within the market, and we're showing him a way to greatly increase his market share of his particular plan to make ORDP a household name within the trucking industry. Okay. All right. Well, what do y'all think about that approach? Do y'all think it's a good approach? Do y'all think it's something that's workable? I mean,
I think it's a good one.
Yeah, that's workable.
all right, cool. So that's what we're going with. I'm putting trying to put together the agreement and make sure it's all worded right and the legal terms are in there and this is that. Basically, all we're doing is we're taking his referral agreement and we're replacing key parts of it, like referral to a limited partnership, our branding partner, the percentage of 3%, of $3 per what you call it to a 50-50 split. Now he may counter with a 60-40 or whatever the case may be, or but that's all part of business, right? The point is we want to get a considerably larger share than just $3 per month, right? We need to get a considerably larger share than just $3 per month for the amount of work that we're going to be putting in. Do y'all agree?
I agree.
Okay, I do too, and I think he will also too. Especially when we show him that we're not just willing to just take. We're willing to give something back too. Okay, and that's the key part of it, of having this budget that we have in order to make those things very attractive to people and show them that we're not just, this is not just one-sided. We want to show you that we're willing to give something back to, in order to solidify this relationship. Okay, so and that's always good business. Okay, that's always just good business. Okay, all right. So then we have that. Hopefully we have all this stuff in our website and in our back office and stuff next week. If I can get with him sometime between now and Tuesday, and he likes it, we agree upon it. We do all the signatures that we need to do, and by next Saturday we should be able to have the stuff on the site and show you all how it all works, the whole 9 yards, and we can start putting it out there. Get Miss Rothenbottom on creating some branding stuff, which she is doing some great stuff, or she's working on some stuff right now. Auntie Angela, are you on here today?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. You want to bring us up to speed on what you're working on as far as our branding and different types of advertisements that you're working on?
Well, I had some information was going out and the videos going out. We had added with Legal Shield, but I had to scrap the project and start over.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm just scrapping it and starting over. I am getting ready to bring one up about I want to be a branch owner. I'm working on that one. And the other two that were already finished, but I had to scrap them, they're just, we're just revising those. So
Okay.
that goes by the end of the week.
Okay, great. Yeah, and the business credit one too, we want to get something on that too. So you may want to work with Mr. Kajum on that one. I can send you all his information, or Mr. Kajum can get in touch with you. You all can kind of connect and come up with something on the promotion of the business credit development too. Okay, because that's going to play a huge part in what we do also too.
So just send it to me in my email that way I have it.
Okay. All right, great. All right. But yeah, that's what we're doing. I mean, it's all coming together. Okay, it's all coming together. This is business. This is how it's done. Nothing is done overnight, but you gotta, it's kind of like a boxing match. I don't know how many fans of boxing you have here, but a lot of people will watch boxing. They think it's just two people and they're trying to beat each other up, but it's strategy. It really is. It's strategy. It's counter punching. You have to, you look at that, when he punches, you have to come up with a counter, not just a block, but the counter also, or to lure someone in, I like boxing because there's a lot of strategy when it comes to boxing, just like business. Business is all about strategy. Business is all about give and take. Business is all about, punch, counter punch, block, counter, just all types of things, stick and move. Okay. The old saying, stick and move. So, this is business. This is how it works. And
Hi, Calvin. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm great. Thank you. I would like to know, far as the license in Virginia, will I have to get registered for license again, or?
For this right here?
Yeah, for that.
No.
Because I already, got it.
No. If you already got it, no.
Okay.
No. If you already got it, you got it. Okay. That's one thing I learned when I was with Legal Shield a long time ago. When Florida required a legal, what do they call that? A license, to sell legal plans or whatever it was. It had to go through Department of Motor Vehicles to get it. All that had to do FBI background check and all that kind of crazy stuff back then. But once you got it, yeah, you got it, and you can, it's yours. The license goes with you, not with the company. Okay, the license goes with you. Okay, so if you're licensed in Virginia, you're done. You don't have to get relicensed or anything else.
Well, it expires in June, I believe, of next year.
But
Yeah.
it's just what, like a $20-some referral renewal fee.
It's I don't know what it is, but it's a renewal.
And I think it was, well, way back then, it was like $15.50 on the renewal fee. But I don't know what it is now. But back then in Florida, it was like $15.50 back then. But you know, from year to year, just let us know what it is, and we'll take care of it. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
All right. Look, we've got a lot of great stuff that we have within our platform now. Now, the thing now to do is this. Let's talk about Mr. Agard a little bit, because he's got some stuff working. He's got some stuff that he is getting commissions on. Okay. So what's the next step now? The step that Mr. That we want to do with Mr. Agard right now is when you get to a point where you have your people in and they're doing the flat fee dispatching. Can anybody tell me, after they've been dispatching for about that first month, you know, that first, 3 or 4 weeks, what do you want to do with them now? Anybody?
I would just mention the trucker authority.
Okay, that too. Yep. You want to try and get them, to get their own authority. But primarily, what do you want to do with them in order to save yourself or free yourself up to bring on more people in your time management?
Dedicated lanes.
Dedicated lanes, exactly. And we have these in the back office, do we not? Do we not have dedicated lanes in the back office, right?
Yeah,
We do.
we do.
Exactly. So now the thing to do now is to get those guys on some dedicated lanes. Now, there are 2 ways you can do this. You can go through our thing with JB Hutt 360. Now, with this, one thing I want y'all to remember, with this, you're gonna have to get your owner operator signed up with JB Hutt. Now, yes, we have an account with JB Hutt that we can take a look at the stuff, and then once we get our own carriers running underneath our own authority, then we can use this JB Hutt to pick up loads with our own authority. Okay, but if you are dispatching a company that already has their own authority, you simply go in as that person's because as their dispatcher, you are authorized to do what?
Act as their agent and
Conduct
business on their behalf.
Exactly. You are authorized to act as their agent. So you can go in here and sign them because you got what? The DOT number, the MC number. You got all the information, right? Right?
Correct.
So you simply go into the JB Hutt system and you get them signed up with their own username and password for the JB Hutt dedicated power only loads. All right? Now, what you want to do with this, because power only, they don't pay as much as regular loads do, right? But it does not take near the time to pick up and drop off a power on the load than you do with the regular load. Do y'all realize that?
Yeah, there's shorter distances.
Exactly. Not only that, but it's quicker retrieval and quicker drop-offs. The average time what is the average time it takes on a regular load if you got your own trailer to get loaded?
2 hours at least.
2 hours at least. And what's the average time to get unloaded?
Maybe 4.
Exactly. At least 3 hours. So your loading time is average 2 hours. Your unloading time is average 3 hours. That's 5 hours is taken out of your hours of service. Do y'all realize that?
Yeah.
Now, you can get that time back by being savvy and going in the sleep area, but that time does not come back like that. Now, does it?
No.
You got to shut down for at least sometimes 6, 7, 8 hours. Then you get that time. Then you get that time back. It tells you now you can run for X number of hours. You see how that works?
Yeah.
All right. But with a power only, what do you doing? You're not losing time. You pull up to a shipper, you check in, they give you the lot of where your load is, you go back up to it, you hook it up, and you pull off, come back out, you check out, and you go.
Longer when you have to wait for dealing with lumber fees.
Exactly. No lumber fees, all that stuff is cut out. That 2 hours you took to get loaded, that's 2 hours you cannot spend on the road, right?
Right.
Which is what? 2 hours of what? Money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because look, the less time it takes you to load and unload, the more loads you can pick up in the course of a day or in the course of a week. So if you can get more loads, right? Let's look at it this way. Let's look at it this way. Y'all know I love these numbers. Let's look at it this way. All right. Let's say, I need to move this out of the way. There we go. All right, let's look at it this way. Let's say you got a load. Let's say you got 3 loads per week that you're picking up. Okay. Let's say the average load is what? 769 miles. All right. So a good driver can run about 4 of those a week. Most people 3, but a good driver can run about 4 of those a week. Now, in doing so, if you're savvy to getting your hours back on your recaps and all that type of stuff, you can cut that 5 hours of down from 2 hours of loading, 3 hours of unloading. You can cut that down to about 3. Okay, you can cut it down to about 3. An hour of loading, 2 hours unloading by going to sleeper and getting your recaps back and all that type of stuff. So you can average it out, cut it down to about 3 hours. But I'm gonna show you what the difference those 3 hours cost you though. What those 3 hours cost you. Because remember, you can only run so many hours per week, right? So many hours per day. You got 11-hour driving shift, right? Right?
Yeah.
So you got 11-hour driving shift, but if you're taking off, let's say realistically though, if it's taking you 2 hours to load, right? And it's taking you, let's say the same thing, 2 hours to unload. You really got a 7-hour driving shift, do you not? Right?
Right.
Right. Now, are you gonna drive that whole time? No, because you gotta look for a place to shut down. So you're gonna take at least an hour trying to find a place to shut down. So, and you always kind of you don't want to wait till the last minute trying to get a place to shut down, and then you're out of time, you gotta shut down beside the road. Right? You don't want to do that, right? No?
Right.
Right? So you want to kind of get to a truck stop about an hour before your time runs out. So let's take away what? Another hour. This is the reality. Okay. Now, realistically, you're only really driving about 6 hours out the day. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you're driving. 6 hours. Realistically.
That's for any trucker.
That's for just about any trucker. That's got a trailer. Because you got to get loaded, got to get unloaded, right? You got to find a place to shut down before you run out of time, right? Because you don't want to just run out of time and have to pull over the side of the road, right?
Right.
Right. So you got to take it. So you got to, on average, the average truck driver gets to the truck stop about an hour before their time runs out. Okay? Because no truck driver waits till the last minute. Woo, I got 10 minutes to find a place to park.
Mm-hmm.
Your next truck stop, your next Love's or your next Petro could be 60, 70, 80 miles away. Right?
Right.
So you're not going to wait, 15 minutes or 30 minutes before you got to park your truck to start looking for a place to go park. No, you start looking for that about 2 hours out. because you want to find a place. When you find a place, you realize you got another hour to go before you get to that place. So you go in and drive to that place, you got an hour left on your clock, and then you shut down. Okay, this is the real logistics of trucking. It's not just about jumping in a truck. Oh, I got 11 miles to drive. Don't drive. No, buddy. It don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Okay. I mean, it's real strategic. It takes planning. It really does. You know, truck drivers are some of the most, you know, detailed planners there are on the planet. Do y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything is about the planning, the timing. Everything you do in that truck is about planning and timing. Okay, so you gotta have that capability, that detailed part of your mind has got to work all the time. Okay, so really all you got left is you're only driving for about 6 hours. That's it, 6 hours. Now, when you take that into effect versus a power only, right? A power only got the same number of driving hours, right? 11-hour driving shift, right? But how much time does it take a power only to load? Anybody? How much time does it take a power only to load off their clock? Anybody?
What you said, like 2 hours?
No, for a power only. For a power only to load. Dropping hooks.
You're not really taking any time because you're just going to pick the trailer up.
Zero.
No.
It takes no time to load and to unload. It takes nothing off the clock. Why? Because when you get to that shipper, right? If you can go in the sleeper and drive that truck under what miles per hour, and that clock does not start. There's how many truck drivers we got in here? How fast does your truck has to be going before that clock starts?
Mine is 5 miles per hour. Some of them is up to 15. And then you got some that goes, if you go like 3 miles before the clock moves. It just depends on how the system's set up.
Exactly. But you do know you can calibrate that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know that? You can calibrate. Yeah. I don't want to tell y'all that it's going to get y'all in trouble, but me and my partner, we figured out how to calibrate it. We were doing right with Covenant, because Covenant is all dropping hook. Covenant Transport is all dropping hook. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Covenant Transport is all dropping hook. That's what I loved about Covenant, boy. We may be pulling reefers one day, pulling the doggone flatbed another day, we pulling whatever it was, we hook up to it and we ride off. Because it's already loaded. We ain't got to worry about now with the flatbed, yeah, we would check it to make sure it's properly strapped, and properly, bulkheaded, and all that type of stuff, right? But it took no time off our clock. Why? Because we were stationary. The truck wasn't moving. Clock didn't start until we left that doggone shipper and we got about 15 miles an hour. Or if we went a total of 3.5 to 4 miles and then it starts. So, but we figured out how to calibrate it. Because at first it was calibrated at like 5 miles an hour or something like that. So we said, nah, man. We recalibrated it to where it didn't register until we hit 15 miles per hour. Now we couldn't do much about the distance because that was set at 3. I think it was 3 miles. Once you go more than 3 miles or whatever the case may be, then automatically, your clock starts. But that's 3 miles under 15 miles per hour. So you can't go 3 miles at 25 miles now because it's gonna start as soon as you hit that 15 miles per hour. There were times when we would get stuck in traffic. Like in Atlanta, you get stuck in traffic for like what, 2 to 3 hours? And you ain't driving no more than 10, 12 miles an hour. Guess what we would do? Sleeper. we would. These are the things that savvy truck drivers know about. Why? Because time is money, right?
Right.
Time is money. So if
I
you're
take
doing
my 30-minute break in traffic.
exactly, and people
Yep.
don't realize these are things that you can do. You know, they put out these hours of services, but anything can be circumvented if you're smart enough. Okay, because we used to, especially man, we was coming through Atlanta, and we was sitting there stuck in traffic. Man, I said, let's go to sleep. We're in a sleeper, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I forgot to take it out of sleeper. We was in, and the whole time we was going to that 2 hours of in the traffic, the driving, 5 miles, 7 miles, 8 miles, 10 miles. Our clock never started. It started when we got out of Atlanta and we started doing 20, 25, bam, the clock started. But that's how you save your time. And that time is money. That time is what allows you to pick up more loads per week. So with that being said, the average truck driver that has a trailer can run 769-mile loads and run about 3 or 4 of those per week. But a drop and hook, a power only, can run how many of those per week? Even at 769 miles, they can run about 6 or 7 of those per week. Did y'all realize that? Did y'all realize that? So
You saying they can run 6 and 7?
They can run about 6 or 7 769-mile loads per week, versus a regular truck with a trailer can only run at max 4 of those per week.
Versus a regular truck with what?
A truck that has a trailer, a truck that has your own trailer, because you gotta load and unload, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got your hours of service, right?
Yeah.
The average long haul run is 769 miles. A trucker that has to unload and load with their own trailer can run about 4 of those per week max. That's if you're good. Most truckers can only run 3 of those per week, but a good trucker can run 4 of those per week. But a half-hearted power only driver, right, can run about 6 to 7 of those per week. And a good power only driver can probably squeeze in 8. Huh? Yeah. Now you're seeing that ching, right? Money, right? Even if the power only loads are only averaging about $1.75 or $1.80 per mile. That's why power only don't pay as much, but you make more money on it because you can run more of those loads. Do y'all understand how that works out now? Because if you can run $1.89 load, which is about what the national average is right now. That's about what power onlys run. Somewhere between $1.50, $1.89. Okay? So if you run a $1.89 load and you're going 769 miles, that's $1,453 per run. But if you can run, because you're a power only and you're not wasting time on pickup and drop-offs, right? If you can run 6 of those, that's $8,720 a week, versus being able to run 4 of those if you were good. If you were good, $1,453 times 4, if you got a trailer. Is that not a big difference? 5812 versus 8720? Do y'all see that? Hello?
Yes.
Y'all, do y'all see the difference there?
Oh yeah.
Now, even if your loads were averaging you $2.25 per mile, 769 you're still not even up to where you are there. Now y'all see that? So if your regular loads will average you $2.25 per mile with your trailer that you got to load and unload, versus a power only that's only paying $1.89 per mile, right? Because you got a trailer, you're only going to be able to run 4 of those per week. But that $1.89 load, you can run a minimum of 6. Now, if you good, you can squeeze in 8. But if you just okay power on the driver, you can run 6 of them and still make more money than you can if you was running a regular truck that has its own trailer and was paying $2.25 per mile. Now you all starting to see the advantage of putting your owner operators, those guys who can afford to drop their trailer somewhere and then just run power only, right? You all see the advantage of running power only now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's why we have them back here. This is why you want to get your carriers that you have on the dispatch agreement. You want to get them signed up with the JB Hut 360. Because they have these dedicated power only runs. And they also have regular runs too that pay decent money. Right? But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'd much rather run power only than having to worry about, pulling my own trailer. Any day. You don't have to worry about the trailer being clean. You don't have to worry, right? You don't have to worry about the upkeep and the maintenance on the trailer, right? Right?
Right.
You don't have to worry about your trailer costs. If you got to lease a trailer or buy a trailer, right? So not only are you able to run more loads and make more money, but you're able to cut your overhead.
Yeah, do you see where it was?
Even if you were a reefer, right? Most times when you're running reefer and you pick up a trailer, it's already fueled up. Right? Right?
Yes, 3/4 tank spiral. You're correct.
Yeah, it's already fueled up. Come on, people. I mean, all this stuff is here, but you all have got to work it. It goes back to what I said. We can give you all the tools in the world. We can give y'all every tool that's necessary for you all to make money, but it ain't gonna make you no money if you don't work it. Okay? And we got some great tools and resources. I mean, we got some of the best tools and resources out there. Why? Because we spent the money to make sure that we have them. But ain't none of it gonna make you want one dime if you don't start working it. You got to start working this stuff. So, back to what we started out, I'm talking about, taking your carriers now, like Victor Agard, he's got this guy who's been running for, a month now, running good loads, getting getting above the $2 per mile. Victor's done a great job of keeping him above the $2 per mile, which is not really that hard to do with the resources and the loads that we have access to, right? Right, Victor?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, not hard at all. But now you can kind of alleviate yourself of the day-to-day mundane, running him and say, look, we got some power only loads, and you show him how power only is going to make him more money, even though it's paying less per mile, but it's going to make him more money. You see what I'm saying? And by him getting signed up with the power only, he's basically dispatching himself, so we don't fall. So the minimum rate per mile guarantee does not apply here. Y'all see how that all works out? And it frees up Victor to now do what? Bring on more and more people, right? And not have to worry about having to dispatch all of them. Y'all see how that's working? Do y'all see that?
Yes.
All right. Now, not just that, but we also have some true dedicated stuff here too. Through our what? Lifetime membership with Trucking Planet, right? Do we, right? Y'all see this?
Yes.
with our lifetime membership through Tracking Planet, we also have these dedicated loads, right? So let's see here where we're at. Load board freight, view freight. See right here? This load runs weekly, posted just 12 hours ago. And boy, there's new stuff that pops up that runs dedicated. Well, Victor, you be jumping on that stuff. You know, call up these brokers and say, hey, this load that you got to hit that runs weekly. How often does it run? What does it pay? You know, all that type of stuff. You're gonna look it up, and usually it's in here. Tells you where it's going, where it drops off, and runs weekly. All this stuff is in here, and these are hoppers. Now, this right here, this is a hopper load. So you need a hopper. So it's gonna tell you all the stuff you need to know, and you just call them and say, hey, now I got a guy that has the hopper. He can do this and that. Or you go down here and you look for something that fits. This one runs 2 times a week, right? So even a 2 times per week or more load, you can supplement. If he runs these loads right here, that's 2 times a week. He finds himself finds himself a bike haul bike. Then you've got what? Talk to me, y'all. If you got this load that runs 2 times a week, right? That means you're gonna need a bike haul, right? What? Right? Each time you, right? Y'all follow me?
Yes.
So if you get them a bike haul that's going back to pick up his load, you got a full week of loads that's now dedicated. Do you not?
Yes.
Yo, y'all see how easy this is when you start applying the thought process, when you start applying the strategies.
But does it show you how much that those loads are paying?
Some of them do. Some of them you got to call.
Oh, okay. This was something that was added to the load boards because it wasn't on there when I first joined back in February.
Well, this is a different back office. This is for the Assurance USA.
Oh,
this is not the back office for the National Dispatches Network.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is for the Assurance USA. Okay. Yeah. Look, when we started this Assurance USA thing, we stepped up our game. Did we not, everybody? Why? Because we had what? We had the budget to do so, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see what the difference that budget makes now?
Yes.
Okay, this was all part of the plan with Assurance USA. Establish the trademark so that we can establish a internal budget. Once we got the internal budget, then we could go out and look for stuff that we normally couldn't get, that we normally had to pay for, but it was too expensive. But now with this budget, we don't have to worry about that, right?
So how much more is it to because I still got the regular membership.
Well, it doesn't cost you anything if you are a regular member. Just send me an email and say, I want to be Assurance USA member specialist. Now, as a member specialist, your pay is different now with Assurance USA. You're not getting paid, 10% of the load fee like you are in your own dispatch firm. With Assurance USA, you're getting 25% of what the branch is getting for the revenue generated. And if you are a branch owner, you're getting 25% of what's generated for the company. So you're on a residual commission payout versus you working for yourself as an independent dispatch firm. You charge just whatever you want to charge. You understand? Mm-hmm. Now you can work both at the same time. You just cannot use the resources for Assurance USA in your own dispatch firm. You understand?
Okay.
That's the only difference. Okay? That's the only difference.
Are you able to put the email address I would need to send that to in the chat?
Yeah, I send it to you. Just send it over to matter of fact, it's on the Assurance USA website. You can send it over to calvin.butler@nocheapfreight.com, or you can send it over to info@nocheapfreight.com. Hold on, I'm show you where it's at here. It's on the It's on our website. Hold on, let me go to the home page.
Yeah,
Or-
I've been out the loop due to COVID, and then the job that I was working, man, they had us working 7 days a week, so it's been really rough.
Yeah, look, man, I know about that COVID, man. I dealt with that COVID thing for a while. Me and my wife both, but we got over it though. There's the there it is right here. See right here? You just go to the contact page, insurance on Assurance USA Corp, but he don't finna send it out to you all though. Assurance USA Corp.
AssuranceUSACorp.com.
Yep, or yourindustrypartner.com. But I just sent it out. I just texted out to everybody.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's right there. But yeah. But look, but yeah, what you want to do now, Victor, is you want to start taking those people you got in now, and you want to start introducing, because first of all, I mean, yeah, you spend a little time hand holding them, getting them, kind of used to what we do and how we do it, and getting them comfortable. Because remember, this is something that's new. People are not used to this flat fee dispatcher thing. Okay, they're not used to it. It's new, so you got to kind of hand hold them the first couple of 2 or 3 weeks, right, to get them comfortable with it, right? Now your guys comfortable, because man, these guys, man, every load they find them is above $2 per mile, $2.25 per mile. I ain't never had this before. He ain't never had it this good. I mean, this guy, he calls me up, he got loads that's always paying above what? The minimum par rate. Now that you got him comfortable, he's happy with what we're doing. Now you want to kind of put him on an automated. Say, look, how would you like to be on dedicators? Matter of fact, how would you like to just do dropping hooks? What? All I gotta do is drop a hook. Yep, no wasting time waiting to be loaded, waiting to be unloaded. You can probably run about 6, maybe 8 of these loads per week. Average somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000 a week. Man, talk to me. Here's what I need to do. I'm gonna get you signed up with the JB Hut 360. I'm going to get you signed up for it. Right? I'll take care of everything. Get you signed up for it. I'll send you your login information, all this, and all you got to do is just go to this right here, grab your loads, go pick it up, go drop it off. Pick it up, drop it off. Pick it up, drop it off. Pick it up, drop it off. You ain't got to worry about loading, no load time. You got to worry about no lumper fees, none of that stuff. You ain't got to worry about no trailer costs, no trailer upkeep. You see how attractive those dropping hooks sound? Because look, I can tell you, going from dropping hooks with Covenant, and then when I got my own truck and running as an owner operator on the Western Express, yeah, I like the experience of knowing how to run my own truck, but I doggone sure miss them dropping hooks. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Let me ask you this question, Calvin.
Yes.
How would this work if I got sub dispatchers that work with me while I'm at work? How would this work as far as the money that can be generated?
What, Assurance USA?
Yeah, because I miss when you first introduced this.
With Assurance USA, the only way you're gonna have people that's working sub dispatchers is if you're a branch owner.
Okay.
You're not gonna be a member specialist, then you're gonna have people that's working underneath you, because there's not enough money to pay out like that.
I got you.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you want people that's working in your branch, you gotta be a branch owner, which means you gotta invest in your trademark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. And what's the investment fee?
Trademark agreement for there's 2 trademark agreements. One is a $5,000 trademark, other one's a $10,000 trademark. But you get your own state branch. We're only gonna put 1 branch per state. Okay. If you enter into the $5,000 trademark, you've got a monthly trademark usage fee of $2,500 per month, or 25% of your branch's gross monthly revenue. Now that starts 90 days after you write your first dispatch contract, or you write your first owner op contract. Okay. And you can choose, you can start off at 25%. Then if you want to, you know, after you start making more and more money, you can drop it down. You know, you can switch it to a flat $2,500 per month. I leave that at you all's discretion. We just added that like last week. We made it that at you all's discretion. If you're at the $10,000 branch level, and we have branches both in Canada and in the United States. We've got 2 Canadian provinces covered so far, so that means we have 8 provinces left and 3 territories left in Canada. We have 17 states covered here in the United States. So it means we've got roughly what 28 or 31 or something like that left, or whatever the case may be. You know, 17 minus whatever that 48 is minus 17, and if you want to see a detailed map and what it's going to take to become a branch owner, including our trademark agreement that you got to fill out and sign, and our wire instructions for you to wire those funds in and everything, you can send your request to info@nocheapfreight.com or calvin.butler@nocheapfreight.com, and just simply say, I'm interested in becoming a branch owner. And I'll send you all, and I'll send you the whole packet. But because Assurance USA, we are structured as a company, and you're working under a company structure. With the National Dispatchers Network, you're running your own company. Okay, we just supply you all with tools and resources under that network that you all can use to run your own company. Assurance USA gets a little bit more upgraded resources because people have paid to be in Assurance USA. We have branch owners who paid for us to use that money to get those types of upgraded resources. You understand? That's what the trademark and the trademark usage fee, that's what that is used for. That's used to fuel our operating budget, to allow us to go after stuff like this, to get this lifetime membership with Trucking Planet, to get onto the JB Hutt 360, to get those dedicated loads, to get access to what type of shippers. We got access to a whole bunch of shippers, don't we, y'all? Over here, over here we got some serious shippers. Look, we got access to dry van shippers, 34,000 plus, flatbed, step deck, and hot shot shippers, 10,900 plus, refrigerated shippers, 2,900 plus, distributors and wholesalers, 27,000 plus, fresh food, agriculture and horticulture shippers, 4,000 plus, importers and exporters, 5,600 plus, medical equipment manufacturers, 2,800 plus, 3PLs and commercial warehouses, 1,200 plus. So you see, we have a lot more defined resources and upgraded resources than the National Dispatcher Network side, because this side here, people have invested heavily to have their own branches, and we want to make sure that every branch has opportunity to make money. So we use that money that we have to invest in these opportunities. That's how we're able to make that offer to ORDP, to get a bigger share of the cut when we started doing those legal protection plans. That's why we are able to get these dedicated loads and these dedicated runs, these JB Hutt 360, access to all these different shippers and all that type of stuff. That's why we're able to do this, because we have the money to make that happen. Okay? All right. But what you want to start doing now is, once you get these people on, you want to start putting them into these, giving them access to these areas of where they can pretty much go on and be automated. They can kind of dispatch themselves, really. You see what I'm saying? And if you put someone on a dedicated, you ain't got to worry about dispatching them from day to day to day. Just check up on them every now and then. Hey man, how's everything going over there? They're running those loads. Oh man, I'm loving it. Something like that. And that's all you're really doing. And if one of them calls you up and say, "Yeah, man, I like these, but I'm getting kind of bored with it. Do you have anything else?" "Yeah, hold on, let me check for you real quick." Y'all see how and that's a lot more manageable than trying to dispatch somebody every single day, right? Right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
You're not tied to the phone and their computer.
Exactly. All right. But this is what we mean when we say that you need to work this business, because you got to work it. This stuff is not going to work itself. Okay. Granted, we got a lot of great tools and resources. Granted, we got a great website. Granted, we got some great core products. And they all pay if you work it. Right, Victor? If you work it, they pay. But if you don't work it,
Sure.
but if you don't work them, they don't pay. I mean, let's be real. A lot of great products, a lot of great tools, a lot of great resources. Great loads, dedicated, good paying freight, dropping hooks, all that stuff. We got it. Factoring, same day factoring, same day payout. Tire discount tire program where truckers don't pay more than $300 for a tire, no matter where they are in the country. Fuel discount card saves truckers anywhere from 40 cents to 80 cents a gallon. Nobody else can even come close to that. Maintenance discount programs, all that stuff. Help people get their insurance, get their authority, improve their business credit so they can get loans for trucks and what. And you all get paid on all that stuff, but you ain't gonna get paid on none of it if you don't work it. Gotta work it, people. You gotta work it. If you don't work it, you ain't gonna get paid on it. Simple as that. Okay? So we got the stuff, but you definitely gotta work it if you want to get paid on it. All right? Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to work it. Look, y'all, it is a beautiful day outside. Now, let's open this up for some Q&A. We got about 40 minutes left. Let's do some Q&A so I can let you all go there, take advantage of this beautiful day, so I can go and take advantage of this beautiful day. I'm probably going to be doing a little bit more work tonight on that agreement, because I'm trying to put the fine touches on that, get that agreement done so that we can get this, in-house, so we can start, promoting this stuff, and we can come up with a strategy to reach these the safety people, all these different companies. I told you all last week we're gonna start doing some things that you all have got to do each week, and one of the things is going to be contacting the safety managers of companies once we get this thing on a contract with the ORDP for the legal protection, contacting these safety managers, and if you need to, just schedule a time with them and let me know what time is scheduled, and if you want me to come in and pitch it to them, I'll do that until you all get comfortable with it. Okay? Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Because you look, and really all you're doing is you're just emphasizing to them what effect tickets and these infractions that their drivers get out there on the road, how that's going to affect them, okay, and how it's going to affect their bottom line, because it really does, okay, because shippers don't want to load companies that have bad CSA scores, and every safety manager knows that. They know it. And like I said, we're going to be pulling up all the companies that have bad scores. We're going to be pulling them up, and we're going to have you all to contact them and schedule a meeting with them, a Zoom meeting or whatever it is, what type of meeting we need to schedule with them. And if you need me to pitch them, so hey, let me know, and we'll set up the times and we'll go in and we'll pitch them and get them signed up. Okay. Let's, and I'm sure Mr. Kajun will do the same thing with you all when it comes to the business credit. You got somebody that needs to be, pitched the business credit or whatever. I'm sure he would not mind, scheduling time for him to do that. And we're going to be putting stuff in the back office that's going to be showing you all how this whole business credit thing works. A lot of the times, all you got to do is send them the video and stuff that we're going to be producing and stuff to them. Say, hey, this is how the business credit thing works. This is what it does. This is that. Matter of fact, Mr. Kajum had a nice video to kind of explain everything. We're going to get a hold of that and have that in the back office, so you all can share that with people who you're trying to get signed on to the business, to the Dun & Bradstreet business credit development. Okay, so we'll make this stuff, available to you, but you gotta work it. You gotta work it, which means you gotta reach out to these people. You gotta send them this stuff. You gotta talk to people. You gotta work it. We're gonna start having you all to send at least 10 emails to shippers and brokers each week. And the email and all it is, you ain't gotta make stuff up. You ain't gotta come up with stuff. We already got that put together, do we not? We already have an email script, don't we?
Yes.
Right.
For shippers and brokers, all you got to do is copy and paste it and send the doggone thing. Or
That's it.
that's it. That's all they got to do. Or attach the PDF version into your email and just send the doggone thing. Just click send the print, click send that print, click, do that 10 times and you're done for the week.
I'm doing that now.
Yeah. Because we got to start working this stuff. Because this stuff is not going to make money by itself. It's not. We got to start working it. I mean, we got enough stuff that we can work. Look, we really got enough stuff that every day you all could sell something. I mean, really, we really do. And because our stuff is just that good. The products, the core products we have are so good, they're so great that you can sell at least one of our core products every single day. You really could. Because there's enough people out there that need this stuff, whether it's same-day factory, same-day payouts, whether it's tire discounts, pay no more than $300 off a tire. Do you all know that tires average somewhere between $1,500 and $2,500 a tire for truck drivers? Do y'all know that? On the low end, on the very, very cheap end, $750. Y'all know that, right?
One of my guys had a blow recently. It cost him over $900.
Yes. So you mean to tell me not paying more than $300 for tires don't appeal to somebody?
Yeah, it appeal.
I mean, come on, you can't sell that?
So let me ask you this real quick, Calvin. Where can I look at all that stuff? Because like I said, I've been out the loop for a minute.
It's all on the Assurance USA site. If you go right here, AssuranceUSACorp.com or yourindustrypartner.com, it's all right here. You go over here where it says products and services, you click on it, and it pulls you down to this area right here. You got it all right here. Flat fee dispatching on an op program, Assurance USA factoring, Assurance USA financial, F2 fuel card, semi-truck maintenance program, Assurance USA authority consulting. Now, if you go over here, anything that's with these tab stuff, if you click on it, right, come over here, you're going to person submits the information. Now, now in the back office, you all have a submittal form that's in your back office that allows you all to type stuff in and say exactly what it is they are looking for. Basically, you're going to go over to TAS. You're going to tell them, you're going to tell TAS who the person is, right? You're going to go to the back office and show you what you all have there.
Because I heard you say something about same-day factoring.
Yes, same-day payout.
I deal with real estate too. Any of them factoring companies deal with that as well?
Yeah, factoring is anybody that needs factoring. It doesn't have to be in the trucking industry.
Okay.
All right, this is your TAF partnership right here. All right. All right. In your back office, this is what we want you all to be pulling up when you're submitting stuff over to TAF. There's our name right here. Our name's already in because we already have a partnership with any company. We will quote them aggressively and provide a fuel card with average savings between 40 cents and 80 cents per gallon. The 5 truck company advantages: speed to pay. TAFs can have them paid in 1 hour. Get paid all 365 days of the year. Over 40% of our invoices are processed as 1 hour or weekend fundings. Access to business loans is not based off credit, but their factoring volume. That's unheard of, right? Oh, we ain't gonna, if you're already doing business with us, we ain't gonna look at your credit, we're gonna look at your factoring volume. That's what's gonna determine if we get you qualified for a business loan or not. Truck companies are less focused on the speed of pay, but saving money and time. TAS has some of the most, look, this all this stuff. Then all you got to do is go down here, put in the person's name, their email address, their phone number, their DOT number. In the comments, you type, this person is interested in blah, 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 blah. This person wants this right here. This person, I mean, come on. I mean, it don't get no easier than this. You put in that down here. You put in what type of fuel, card, factoring fuel card, and then you put that down there. Bunch of comments right there, and then you just hit submit, and TAS got it. And then
Kevin, can I just say this? I find with the TAF, there's a bit of delay of them getting back to customers. I have one guy, I think I signed him up since I believe Wednesday, and up to today, they haven't got reached out to him as yet.
All right.
Even though I called into the office the very day and I gave them verbally the information.
All right.
Nobody's calling as yet.
That's something that we're gonna have to handle with Matt and Sherry. I'm over at TAS. Those are our liaisons. I'm gonna put Matt's and Sherry's phone number in the back office too. Their contact information. Great. Okay, I'll put that in the back office so you all can relay to them the problems you're having with timely contacts. Okay. Yeah. All right.
These clients are shopping around, so I mean, yeah. First come, first serve, right?
Oh yeah. Now remember this. If you have someone that's looking for finance, okay, before you send them over to TAS, okay, you may want to try the business credit side first. Because I'm gonna tell you, 9 times out of 10, these guys are not set up to receive the proper funding for a business. Y'all know that, right? Right? 9 times out of 10, the truck drivers they don't have their stuff set up properly. They don't have a Dun & Bradstreet paydex score. They don't have their business name the same on all things that need to have it on. They don't have their company address separate from their personal home address. So all this stuff, you need to kind of get that squared away, right? Before submitting them for a business loan, right? Right?
Yeah.
And remember, if they opt into the business loan program, you all get commissions on that, right? 40%.
What information do you need for that? The owner, their owner, MT number, anything like that?
All you need to send over their name, their contact number, and their email address, really.
Okay.
and then, if you want to do it like that, then that's going to give you a 30% commission, because then that would be an indirect sale, which means you are just sending over the information, and then business credit people, they are contacting them and they are doing the selling. Now, if we are doing the selling, you're going to go ahead, which that's why I'm going to get that video, right? That promotional video that they have, and put that in your back office so you can send that to people, and that will pretty much sell them. They say, well, shoot, I want this. Let's sign up. Then you go ahead and sign them up, whole 9 yards, let them know what it's going to cost. You collect it, send all that over to Mr. Kajun, and that counts as a direct sale, which means we get 40%. So we get 30% commission on indirect sales, right? Which means you all get what? 30% commission from what we make on it, and we get 40% commission on direct sales, which means you all get 40% commission. Y'all see how that works?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Look.
So let me ask you this though, real quick, Kev.
Yeah.
Now, for us who got home-based businesses, this establishing our business credit, because you can't really establish your business location, fiscal location in like a suite, because some of us got suites and stuff like that, the mail suites. And so I mean, you saying that you can't get a business loan if if your business is registered to the same house where you live at.
Exactly. What you want to do is you want to have your business registered to its own specific address, and there are options that you can do to make that happen. Virtual offices as little as $99 per month.
That's what I got now.
Yeah, your virtual office, your virtual office space has its own business address, right? Outside of your home.
I thought that you couldn't use that because they treated that like a PO box.
No. Not a true virtual. A true virtual office, right? It's an actual office space. All right. When we talk about virtual, we talk about something like Regis. Have you ever heard of Regis?
No, I haven't. Let me write that down.
Hold on. Let me show y'all what we're talking about. Regis virtual office right here. All right. Regis offers office space, and it's really in every city, and they're all over the planet now. They got one here in Tallahassee. Our office space used to be at the Regis Center, and then we canceled it. Now I'm thinking about picking it back up. Regis allows you to come into their office where you do a thing with Regis. I think I was paying $199 a month. Okay, where I got to come into the physical office downtown in Tallahassee, right, and have an office space 3 days out of the week.
Oh, okay.
Right? For 3 days out of the week, I can go to the office space and sit down and do work there. I can meet people there. Same thing, right? All my phone calls when I had Regis were going through Regis. Their receptions would answer all calls, right? Make appointments, all that type of stuff. All my mail was going to the 103 North Monroe Suite 146 at the Regis building. That's separate from your home address. You see how that works?
Yeah. I
had access to their conference rooms and all that type of stuff. I had access to their day area, which is their conference, which is like a big day area. You go in, they got computers and stuff. You can access that, 7 days a week.
Okay.
Or you can go out there to their they had a patio area that was outside with patio area. You can bring your own laptop. You can go out there and sit out there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You see what I'm saying? That's what you call a true virtual office. Now, there's other variations. Regis is probably the biggest and most well known, but there are other, virtual offices that you can get to, or you can just go find you a little cheap office space that's like $270 a month, where you got the key to the office, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a little day room area, a little conference room area. You got access to the fax machine, all of those stuff, this and that. You got an address there. You got a box where mail comes in. You get your stuff out the box, right? I mean, $270 a month is not much for an office space. There's office space like that all over town.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's just a little one-room office, but it's a separate office space. You see what I'm saying?
So like what I got now is Mail Central, and it's supposed to be a virtual.
Okay. Is it considered a separate mailing address, or is it considered a PO drop box?
It's not a PO drop box. It's a suite office.
Right. If it's considered a separate address, then you're good. But whatever you're doing, it's worth it to you, even if you just got your little office space that was $270 a month. Because if that means that you can get you a business loan, get qualified for a business loan, and get up to $150,000, $200,000, then it's worth it to you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to get them a call.
Exactly. Now, look, and this is the stuff that the Mr. Kajum is going to be helping you all to get your people qualified for and all this type of stuff. So and remember, you all are getting paid handsomely on those types of things that we have. We've got so much stuff that you all can get paid on. There's something within our products and services that you can sell every single day. I mean, you can't tell me there's not something here that you can't sell every single day to somebody, in or out of the trucking industry.
Right.
I mean, come on. But it does require you to work it now. It ain't gonna sell itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to at least send an email or post something or send something to somebody, right? But it's that. I mean, we've done the work. We put this stuff together. We've paid the money to have access to all this stuff. So use it, because it's gonna make you money. And the more you use it, the more money you make.
Right.
Okay, so it's all there, but you know, I can't make y'all use it. I can put it out there to you. Okay.
So Calvin, so basically you don't have to go back to the state to change the business address. You just get the virtual address and then update your mailing address with that then.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, y'all. All right. That's all I got. We've had a pretty full Saturday. Beautiful day outside. Let's go over to YouTube and see if we got any people on YouTube that have got any questions or something. Hold on, let me check on YouTube and see what we got going on over there.
I got one quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You told me last time we spoke that you was gonna send an invoice and I could, like a renewal or whatever invoice.
Renewal.
You remember that? Well,
Oh,
remember you've been out the loop.
okay, yeah.
So I got an invoice, but I just wanted to make sure when I pay it that do I need to make a notation? This is for reactivation or something or what?
No, if you pay it, it's gonna show up on my phone. When it pops up on my phone that the invoice was paid, it's gonna tell me who paid it and what it was for. Because I got the Square app, on my phone, because it's sent to you through Square, right?
I believe so, because
Yeah.
it just said, I just seen the email saying invoice.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make sure that did I need to make a special notation since I had been out the loop for some months?
Nah, it's already been noted, and when you pay it, it'll come back over to me. Reinstatement invoice paid for, and it'll tell me who it is and what email address it is. And then when that happens, I just go in and just reactivate your stuff, and bam, you get to go.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, look, people, we have a lot of stuff that we have put together here, and it's all about creating opportunities for you all to make money, and also it's all about helping owner operators and people within the industry to either save money, make more money, or protect them in some type of way. That's all we do with Assurance USA. Even on the National Dispatchers Network side, we provided you all with the tools and resources that you all need to run your own logistics firm. There's not very many, training courses or platforms out there that do what we do. They just don't. They'll sell you an ebook. They'll have you to take some type of, boot camp and charge you a whole bunch of money. But let's be honest. None of them provides you with the tools, resources, all the stuff that we provide you with that helps you save money on running your business, that helps you to better equip your owner operators at finding loads, they're giving you all the stuff you need to be successful. I get calls all week long. We're averaging business on the dispatching side, on the National Dispatchers Network and the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. My wife will tell you, I get up about 7 o'clock, 6:30 some morning, walk the dogs, do my little exercises. By 9 o'clock, I'm sitting in front of my computer and the phone is just ringing. It's one phone call after the next. Sometimes I have 4 and 5 people on a conference line talking about the National Dispatchers Network, because all of them are called about the same thing. So I just put them on a conference line. And I just explain to all of them at the same time. And that goes on from about 9 a.m. in the morning up until about 2 to 3 p.m. Consistent, just constant. I'm on the phone with my headset. I'm on the computer. I'm doing some updates to the Assurance USA and stuff with that, connect with people on that. And I'm talking on the phone to people about the National Dispatch Network at the same time. That's how much of an interest that people have in what we have to offer. Okay, because they're not getting this anywhere else. They're not. All these other platforms you see out there, people call me all the time. Yeah, I just paid for what's the name platform. I paid for Shaq. No, I'm not gonna call it a name. I paid for this person platform. I paid for that person platform, and it's just it's not working for me. You know, I still don't know what I'm doing. I still don't know how to do this. I still don't have access to this type of stuff and that type of stuff. But I see over on you all's. Hold on, we got a whole bunch of conversations going on. Mute them mics if y'all gonna be having conversations, okay? Especially while I'm talking, because you all's voice start overlapping and grounding out exactly what I'm trying to get across, and that comes across as very unprofessional. So let's remember that you all are on open mics, okay? And mute your mics if you're gonna be having conversations and stuff back and forth. But my point is this, okay? My point is this. We have something that's very unique. We really do. We really do. And we have something that works if you work it. It's not going to work if you don't work it now. I'll be honest with you. None of this stuff is going to do you any good if you don't work it. It can sit there. It can look pretty. It looks good. It looks great. You know, it looks professional, but it ain't going to make no money if you don't work it. That's the bottom line. Now, I don't know if it's a time restraint or you just don't have the time in the day to do it or you're just procrastinating or whatever the case may be. But I can tell you this, if you work it, you start seeing a lifestyle change. I promise you that. But you got to work it. How do I know? Because I work it. I work it, and I reap the benefits from working it. If you work it, you'll reap the benefits. Mr. Agar, he started working it. Now he's starting to see the benefits from working it. You got to work it. If you work it, it will pay you. If you don't work it, it ain't gonna pay you. Plain and simple. All right. That's all I got. That's all I got. You know, we got a lot of stuff that I'm gonna be putting out next week. Hopefully, we'll get everything worked out with ORDP and get that so we can get a higher percentage cut of the that monthly payment that would be going out, that would be coming in. So, but we're gonna put together a very compelling counter offer that's gonna be kind of hard to say no to. So, but you know, that's what we do. Okay, so let's work this stuff. Let's work it. Let's help owner operators. Let's help people to benefit from it, and at the same time, help yourselves. All right. Look.
Calvin,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Today's presentation, when will that be available for replay? Is it going to be on YouTube or?
It's available now because we are live on YouTube. So immediately after we're done, you'll be able to go to YouTube and rewatch it and pull it up.
Okay.
That's the whole point of us getting our live, because before we were doing live on Facebook, but Facebook had kind of blocked. So now we started doing live on YouTube. As you all can see here, it's on YouTube. It's live right now. Matter of fact, we got some questions here on YouTube. Let's see, some people here have been trying to get out the sunlight. Oh, there we go. All right. Big Salmon says, hi, Calvin. Hey, Big Salmon, how you doing? Can you use your resident agent address? That's what Mr. Gary Elmore asked. Gary Elmore asked, can you use your resident agent address? Legally, you're not supposed to, because your resident agent is for the purpose of keeping your, that's where all your menaces and your all your documents, all your stuff that you have to, their job is to make sure that you are compliant with the SEC rulings. Does everybody understand that? Your resident
yes
agent on your articles of incorporation they're there to keep you compliant with the SEC rulings. That's not supposed to be your business address, okay? So legally, no. Now, if you do it, can you get away with it? Probably, but I wouldn't chance it, okay? Letitia Bell, how old does JB Hunt require your authority to be? That's a good question. I don't think they have a requirement on the age of your authority, because our authority was not very old and we got an account with JB Hunt 360. All right. We had basically just, got our authority and we jumped right on to JB Hunt 360. Okay. I think what JB Hunt is more concerned with is that your stuff is that you have all the other stuff that you're supposed to have. Right. If your authority seems to be in order, it looks like you got your MC number, your authority, you got all the stuff you're supposed to have, then I don't think they have a problem with giving you access to their JB Hunt 360. Darnell Bay, is it a business loan or can it be a cash line of credit for business? Both. It can be signing up with business credit and getting your over with Mr. Kajum. They have access to both just straight business loans and revolving business lines of credit. But it is essential to have all your business stuff set up and in place to qualify for either one of them. Great question, Mr. Darnell Bay. Mr. Nathan Hill, Calvin, when is your freight logistics training a guaranteed career placement event? All right. We used to have the guaranteed career placement events, but COVID kind of put an end to all that. we were I mean, and look, we don't know when we're going to start that back up because, I mean, it's just, putting large groups of people together in hotel conference room is dangerous to your health now. You all do agree with that, right? Right? Everybody agrees with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We had just started to implement our guaranteed career placement events where we would be in a different city. We'll be in 4 different cities in each state, 4 times per year. Okay. Where it was $7,500 was the enrollment for the guaranteed career placement training events. It was basically 6 days of training at a nice hotel resort, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tallahassee, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Atlanta, Stone Mountain, or something like that. It was always going to be at a nice location where there's a lot of events and stuff going on, and in nice cities and stuff. And it was and we had the veterans boat rehab on. They was on board, but they were sending veterans over, and federal government was paying for. They was paying the $7,500, for those veterans and stuff. We had the back to work programs like what's the one called? There's a bunch of them. You go to for people who are on low income housing, who are on food stamps, who are on Medicaid, people who are on unemployment, all that type of stuff. You could go and they would pay for you to attend to. We had all that set up. Or you could just pay your $7,500 and you could attend on your own. And basically that included paying for your travel expenses, whether you had to travel by plane or by bus or by train. That included your hotel, and that included your travel expenses. That included your hotel expenses for your whole stay time there. That included your 3 restaurant meals per day. That included 2 Lyft and Uber rides per day. It included, so everything was pretty much taken care of. All you had to do was just show up at a 10, and we would have courses from Monday through Friday. Okay, Monday through Friday, we would have courses. At the end of each day's course, all right, when you retire back to your hotel room, you had to go online and you had to take a test. And you had to pass that day's course test by a grade of 70 in order to participate in the next day's course. At the end of the week, on Friday, at the end of the week, on Saturday, we had a final exam, or that Friday we have a final exam. The final exam was monitored, which means it was in um, big conference room area. Your weekly tests were done in your room. Those were open book tests. You could take those, in your rooms or whatever, just online. But that final exam would be done on, in the big conference room area, and that's monitored. Everyone who passed, their final exams and, so many of their weekly exams, they were considered to be graduates. On Saturday, the graduates would then, the companies that sponsored it would be logistics firms, freight brokerage firms, 3PLs or whatever. They were guaranteeing the graduates a position with their firm. And on that Saturday, all of those firms would be competing for the graduates to sign on with their firms, not the other way around, not the graduates competing to get the firms to hire them. Firms had already agreed to hire any graduate. Now, the firms on that last day, that Saturday, they would make their case why their firm was the one that you should choose to come work for. Y'all see how that worked? It was kind of like a reversal of like a career day, but it was like a reverse career day. Y'all see how it works? Does everybody understand how that would have worked? Okay, but COVID kind of put in all that, okay, because pandemic, you don't want to have people traveling on planes and stuff and coming to hotels where we have large gatherings and people. No, it just kind of put an end to all that. So and we don't know when we're going to start that back up. We don't know when it's going to start back up. Hopefully one day after there's a vaccine and everybody feels comfortable getting back in large groups again, and all this stuff is behind us, maybe. But, who's to say? Things may never get back to where they were. I don't think things ever will get back to the way they were exactly. So, great product though. Great product. I mean, we had everything in place. It was great. But you got to roll with the punches, right? You got to roll with them. All right. That's going to do it. I'm going to be responding to these guys also personally in text here. I've just responded to all of them verbally. Hope I was able to answer all of their questions. I'd like to acknowledge our YouTube people who were watching and the likes that we got from our YouTube people. We got eight likes, no dislikes. So obviously people like what we're putting out. They like what we have to offer. They like Assurance USA. They like the National Dispatchers Network. We have a very large YouTube following. We got more than 6,290 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Our page watches are up, way up. Our YouTube revenue is way up. So hey, it's all good. I mean, we have something good going here, and I think it's better than anything that anyone else has out there right now. I don't think anyone is doing the type of things that we are doing in bringing beneficial tools, resources, products, and services to the industry, bringing great opportunities to individuals like you all to profit from what we have to offer. So let's work it. Okay, let's work it. So we spend a lot of time, money, and effort bringing this stuff to you all. So let's work it. Make it pay off. All right. With that, I'll see you all on Monday night. Thank you all. Thanks everybody. Thank you, YouTube. Thank everybody on YouTube who tuned in. Thank you all for participating live. This has been Calvin Butler with the National Dispatchers Network and the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, along with Assurance USA. We thank you all. We appreciate you all joining us every Saturday here for the Six Figures Booking Freight from Home show. And we'll see you all next week, same time, 10:15 a.m. for the Six Figures Booking Faith from Home show. And I will see all of my people with Assurance USA on Monday night for Assurance USA training, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Tuesday night, we'll start back up with our How to Dispatch training, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Wednesday, we'll start back with our live questions and answers Q&A Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all have a great weekend. Love you all. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Have a good weekend.